Think you know your roommate well enough? Well, I'm sure that this person thought that they did too. In 2015, 24-year-old Sawako Watanabe moved to the city of Osaka in Japan. She had been born and raised in a small town, but dreamed of owning a flower shop someday with her father. As living in the big city can be quite expensive, it's pretty common for people to share rent with multiple roommates. So when Sawako moved to Osaka, this is exactly what she did. Along with 3 other people, she lived in a shared house. It was a great way to not only save money and make friends, but also to feel a bit safer in the big city. That is, until another roommate would come to move in with them that August. Terumi Morishima was a 29-year-old woman who was born in Osaka Prefecture. She had moved around quite a bit as a child and didn't really have a stable home relationship. Terumi's mother's live-in boyfriend would often verbally abuse her and sometimes beat her with a bat. When Terumi entered the 5th grade, her mother's boyfriend's abuse turned inappropriate. She was scared to tell her mother and even got pregnant with her mother's boyfriend's child. Enraged, he demanded that she get the pregnancy terminated, but it was already past the point of it being able to be done. She gave birth at home, but the baby was a stillborn, so the mother's boyfriend threw the corpse into a dam. Additionally, when Terumi's dog passed away, she didn't tell her mother and instead hid the remains of the dog. I'm only telling these stories because it shows that Terumi had a habit of hiding things rather than admitting the truth. When she moved into the shared house, Terumi spent most of her time on her computer. She typically worked short-term, temporary jobs, so she was short on cash quite often. She was also a struggling illustrator. Even though she spent a lot of time on her computer, Terumi was still friends with Sawako. But this was likely a ruse just to get close to her, as she not only stole her driver's license, but went to take on various loans out in her name. This included one loan of 2.2 million yen, about $20,000, and another one that was worth about $6,000. Soon Terumi decided that she wanted to move out and get her own apartment, but a lot of places require a heavy down payment, which she could not afford. After maxing out her loans, Terumi had no cash once again. She also feared that debt collectors would catch up to Sawako, so she decided to make her disappear. On the 24th of December, Terumi secretly suffocated Sawako. Over the next 3 days, she dismembered and disposed of her body. She had deliberately lured Sawako in under the guise of a party and instead killed her. The next day, Terumi drew more money out of Sawako's bank account. Within a week, Sawako's body was found and Terumi was arrested. She received a life sentence. What are your thoughts?